Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Just to Kick It is a Blessing podcast with your host, Keith Tupac Gatiramu. Today's episode is brought to you by The Healthy Hub. So check them out online, check them out on social media and everything. Today is a very, very special episode. I have a very good friend of mine in studio with me today, and he's here to speak about something very important. So without further ado, I will let him introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you? My name is Noah Murunga. Some of you might know me as Noah Monday, which is funny, but yeah, Noah Monday is also my handle. So I'm a young entrepreneur. I have two businesses that I'm running right now. I'm doing electronics and I'm doing liquor. So I do distribution of liquor and distribution of electronics. And this is very special for me today because I've always wanted to be on this show, but I've never really gotten the time and the courage to do this. But finally, I'm here and I'm happy to be here. And first of all, guys, this thing smells amazing. I must say, like, I've smelled it and I'm definitely going to get some of this. But yeah, I'm just here to talk about something that means a lot to me, something that I've been through, something that most of you have also been through. I'm here to talk about depression. And it's a touchy topic for some, but like I feel, it has to be spoken. Like if people don't speak about it, they'll never really get over it. And it's taken a lot of courage for me to come here and do this. But
and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, first of all.
Yeah.
I know I've been telling you, I've been meaning to come. I've been telling you I'll come, but something just woke up inside of me yesterday and said, you know what?
Let's do this.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, let me start with my story. I've gone through certain types of depressions because, as most of you might not know, or some of you know, that depression, there's actually various types of depression.
Yeah.
And I was reading about this.
I didn't even know this.
Yeah, there's quite a few different types. About maybe 9, 10,
Wow.
7, different types. And once you get into that type of state, the best thing that I found out is to figure out like what type of depression that you're going through.
Yeah.
There's something called maniac?
Yeah.
There's okay, I'll have to check, but like it's not the easiest thing to admit to yourself that you're depressed, especially coming from someone who is, always out there in the scene.
Yeah, first of all, even before you go on, I just wanted to say, when you came to tell me that, you wanted to talk about this, like, I was kind of shocked because you've always seemed like, the happy guy, like every time I see you out, you're always so happy, very happy to see someone, So, like, when you came to talk to me about it, I was kind of shocked, but then also at the same time, I wasn't really shocked because, like, for me, one of my friends that went through depression and ended up committing suicide, like, he was the happiest person ever.
Yeah.
And we couldn't tell, and that's the saddest thing. We never knew.
Thing. The thing is, the people who seem the happiest, the people who seem like they're out there, like this comedian who was, he was literally the funniest guy ever. Always the one with the jokes, always the one with like things to say and like making people laugh. But you see, they say the happiest people are actually the saddest people behind.
I think I know the happiest people outside are the saddest people inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's sad to think that,
Yeah.
It's like, you try to look for happiness by making other people happy. So you try and find that happiness within, but it never really comes because it's like you're looking for approval from other people or seeing a smile in other people's faces that should bring a smile on yours. Yeah. But the truth is that's not how it should work. How it should be is that you should look for that on your own, find things that make you happy, find things that you like doing, and like continue with that vibe, continue with that like sort of mindset.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I know the funny thing is many of our friends, even that you see out today, many of our friends who you see constantly in the scene.
Yeah.
You'd find that really not happy.
It's true.
Literally always there because they're escaping from
that's exactly what I was gonna say. You took the word right out of my mouth.
You know what I mean?
It's actually an escape from reality.
Yeah.
Like I'll even be honest with you because you've come here to be honest, and that's what this podcast is about. It's about honesty, yeah? Like a lot of the times that I do not go home for like 3 or 4 days after the trap is because I'm trying to run away from something.
You're hiding
You get
from something.
it is, yeah? And to be honest, it's like my parents have kind of started to figure that stuff out. And like the first day don't come back, it's easy. Now the second day, my dad texts me. They're like, hey son, are you okay?
Is everything good?
I don't reply. The third day, another text comes, which I don't reply. Then a phone call follows, you know. But I get what you're saying. It's a form to really escape reality, or escape what you're going through, you know. Yeah.
So you know, and you see, the thing is, the culture of the society that we're in right now, it's going out, going drinking, you know, partying and doing all that stuff, all that bullshit, until like you really get tired of it. And you see, you can't really tell if someone is just doing this because maybe they're lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
maybe
mean.
they just like the booze. Maybe they just like the scene, you know?
Like the scene.
They love it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just trying to escape from things. And you see, the thing is, most of the thing that I've realized is people will get faded. They'll do whatever it needs to be done. Then once they're faded, they feel comfortable enough to start telling people. Like, okay, this is what I'm going through. Or I'm sad. Or you just find them breaking down.
Yeah, true.
Because at some point in time, you can't handle that stuff anymore. You can't bottle it up because the bottle will definitely break.
True. And when you're faded, you like to talk a lot, to be honest.
You're more in your emotions.
You're more confident. You know, you're more confident. Yeah.
Even when you're boozed, that's when you have that liquid confidence. You can just go and approach a shorty like with feeling nothing.
Nothing.
When you're not so when you're sober, oh my God.
It's a different case, huh?
It's for sweating, bro. It's for admiring her from far, just like
she's bad. That's really bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
man.
so in a way, the scene and the culture that we're in right now is just a lot of, let's say, people wearing masks.
Yeah.
So people are not necessarily being as real as possible because they're afraid of what people will think of them, or they're afraid they won't get the answers that they're looking for.
That's true.
So what they do is they just trap and mask that stuff up. Mask all that shit up. And to be honest, like, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to be more approachable and also be in touch with the things that are bothering me, you know?
Be more of you.
Be more of me, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, try and figure out that, okay, so if I'm going through this, the ideal thing is not to pick up my phone, check snaps, see where the party's at and go there. No. Deal with those things, right?
Yeah.
Sit in your house as hard as it can be.
Yeah.
You know, even for me, I won't lie to you, most of you who know me, as soon as I hear a plan, I'm there. You know? But you have to do the hard things in life for you to achieve the goals that you really want. For you to be able to really live your life to the potential that you feel like you have.
And nothing good comes easy, though.
Nothing good comes easy. At all.
Yeah. And talking about masks, it's so funny that I think today in the morning, I saw a quote that was like, it's crazy how we've turned life into a masquerade where everyone's just wearing masks now. You know a masquerade party, 100%. Everyone's in a mask. You actually don't know who you're talking to.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
This person could, and that's the weird thing. Like when you talk about masks, this might be drifting away from the topic, but we talk about masks. You don't realize who's real and who's not.
Yeah.
Maybe there's someone who's afraid to talk about the problems that they're going through. Yes. But there's also those people who are masks to pretend to be someone that they're not.
Yeah.
A lot of things I've realized is that people like to form. People are kind of like two-sided in a way. They like to form that, we're here for you, I'm there for you. But behind the scene, they're really you see, like one of the things I think people are afraid of, like when they talk about their problems, is that you trust someone with all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Then the same person is the one who's going to go and chat about your story.
Yeah. And
that's the whole thing about broken telephone. And then you find out that, I was open to this person. Then you find out that the story is being told out. It will make you even more depressed.
True.
So what are you going to do? You just hide in your hole and you deal with that stuff on your own. And what I think the best solution to that is, I feel like, okay, for me, a mistake I've always been making is that I confide in strangers.
Yeah.
if I go to like if I'm out and like I'm out here partying and stuff like that, and I meet a stranger and we start talking,
Yeah.
and we get faded, I'm gonna start telling him my problems. I have no idea why. Bro, I shit you not. I don't know why I do that, but I don't know why it's so much easier to confide in a stranger, rather than someone you feel like is your friend.
Sometimes I think, for me, why I think sometimes it might be easier to confide in a stranger is because you might feel less judged by them because they don't really know who you are. Yeah. You see, like, if you told me, I know you, That's very true. So you might be scared to tell me because you might say, okay, Tupac might be a bit judgmental about this and that, you know. Yeah. And for me, I will tell you the truth. Before I started like confiding in like one of my closest friends, I was so scared. I was so scared. I was so scared because I was like, now, you know, Tupac always seems like the happy one. If I tell him this, what happens this, you know? And then another thing is, I think why we're scared to confide in our friends is because we also know them and we're scared to add our baggage on their baggage. Yeah, exactly. So it's like we're climbing a mountain together, and then I give you my bag. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I'm adding like, more weight on you.
Yeah.
So you start feeling bad. I'm like, nah. I already know this guy is going through a lot. I don't need to give him this stuff as well. So it's like, it's very tricky. You just have to, you know, like the people who you confide in, you just have to be able to trust them. And you also have to be able to listen to them as well. Because if for me to give you my baggage, I also have to be willing to take your baggage. Yeah. I also have to be willing to listen. Yeah. I also have to be willing to consider what it is that you're going through and how I can help so that I can also tell you what I'm going through. Yeah. So it kind of gives up some sort of balance. So I'm holding your weight, you're holding my weight, and that's how we move forward.
It's like, you see the example of the mountains. Yeah. It's like now putting the bags together and you're carrying it. Yeah, exactly. So you put one strap and one. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. So instead of someone carrying the bag alone, you get to carry it together. Yeah.
So basically, for me, I'll give a story. So the first time I think I ever experienced depression was there's a time when I lost, not really lost, but I was played. Yeah. Right. And I was dating this one girl for quite some time, and she ended up seeing one of my really close friends. And to be honest, it wasn't like entirely. I won't say I was the best boyfriend. Yeah. Right. But it really hurt me because this close friend of mine was really close to me, and you know, we would share everything together. I would tell him everything, and he was like let me say, he was my best friend. Yeah. Right. Then you know, obviously things changed. Things happened, and then they ended up being together. Yeah. You know? And it made me think so much. Like, it took me into such a dark hole of where I started thinking, like, is it that he's better than me? Like, what does he have that I don't have? So you start asking yourself all these type of questions, all the wrong questions. Yeah. You start like doubting yourself. You start thinking that, oh, this guy is like better than me, or he has a better car than me. He looks better than me. Start questioning all the wrong things. Yeah. All your insecurities are being like, they're being played here like a puppet.
Can I tell you the funniest thing ever is? I've experienced the same exact thing.
And the thing is, many people have experienced that in this narrative.
Exactly, but no one will speak about it. You see, the thing is,
no one wants to seem like, no one wants to see,
You know but no cap.
But you have to accept it.
And the fact that you've spoken about it, I think we're about to have a very late conversation because I have been through the same exact thing. And you see, for me, like you said, I wasn't the best boyfriend ever. Yeah. I was still doing my own shit, you know. I expected 100%. That to, you know, but me, I was out there and everyone was knowing that Tupac's doing this. And you see, Tupac is such a common, it's not a common name. No, it's not. So if someone tells you, yo, yesterday Tupac was clapping, 100%. Then it's Tupac. There's only one Tupac. You know, Tupac. You get, yeah?
I understand.
So, like, I know what you like. I understand. So even I started asking myself the same questions. So what is it? He has a better car than me? Is it he has more money than me? Exactly. Like, bro, all my insecurities. And what did I do? I took them to the bottle. Exactly. So every day I did a boo. I'm falling down. Bro, I watch some of my snaps on my phone from memories.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. Is this the Tupac that I know?
Bro, let
like,
me tell you, you go into you start being someone that you've never even seen before.
Yeah.
You even start thinking like, you know what? I'm going to try and prove to myself, I'm going to holler at all these shorties in this club. You know what I mean? I'm going to prove myself that I'm good enough. But that's not the way to go about it.
And you don't feel better. That's the saddest thing. You don't.
I'm telling you, you can be lying in that bed with that shorty and just be like, damn.
What am I doing?
What am I doing? Yeah. You know what I mean?
But you're speaking my language.
Sad. You're just sad. You even start missing her. Start asking yourself, man, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done this different.
Yeah.
But the truth of the reality is you weren't the best boyfriend.
Yeah, true.
Right? Like I said, my best friend at the time, saw an opportunity and he took it.
Yeah. Now, I want to actually ask you something. It's a very controversial question, but I want to ask you this, yeah? In such a situation, who do you think owes you more loyalty? Boom. Tough question, huh?
Not even. My best friend. Easily.
For real, huh?
Easily.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
For me to say he was my best friend, right?
Yeah.
That means I confided in him. That means he knew my secrets.
Yeah.
That means he knew everything that was going around in my relationship.
Yeah.
If I was cheating, he knows.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe it's even in his car that we were doing it in. But, right? Not that I'm saying that happened. But anyways, he knows everything. Mm. So for him to use that information to go ahead behind my back and take the babe from me.
Yeah. It's sad.
You know the babe, because you see, I wasn't, like I said earlier, I wasn't the best boyfriend.
I know.
So she was in a vulnerable position. So for him to use that information to go and grab that shorty.
That's some bad shit.
That's some, I don't even know what to call it. Yeah. But that's fucked up.
But I know, like,
sorry to say that.
Even for me, like, you're only 3 people that know a story.
Yeah.
You, the guy, and the girl that you've cooled outside the relationship. Exactly. And then now, the shorty at that time, she finds out. So you ask yourself, what?
You start asking yourself many things, bro. many.
Hey, what's going on?
The thing is, at the end of the day, like I said, we weren't the best boyfriend. So it's karma. Yeah. And many people should know that karma really is a thing.
Karma is real, bro.
Karma is so
real, bro.
And I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and we were talking about there's ways that people might portray themselves. There's different types of narcissists. There's people who do things for, like, if I'm doing something good, am I doing it genuinely from my heart? Right. Am I doing something good for to be a good person? Or am I doing something to look like a good person? Right? Yeah. So now when it comes to things like that, like this thing of, being sliced and everything, was he being a good person to me at the time because he wanted to be a good person? Or was he a good person because he wanted to seem like a good person so he could get what he wanted in the end? Yeah. So you start thinking about what people's intentions are. Yeah. So you think like, okay, like you said, whose loyalty? Whose loyalty? Yeah. Whose loyalty?
Who deserves to give you more loyalty at that point?
More loyalty.
Yeah.
So obviously it's my best friend because initially you think the intentions of us is to grow our friendship, eventually grow into business, do whatever it is that it is. But maybe from the beginning, his intentions were not right.
They're not pure.
Were not pure.
Yeah.
So that's when you start thinking like, okay, me, the girlfriend, her intentions were to be with me. Yeah. To grow a relationship, maybe even to get married. Yeah. Who knows? But for it to be like for her to be taken like that, I don't really blame her. Yeah. I don't. Because I knew my fault. I knew the things that I was doing. Yeah. That would make her be taken. Yeah. That would allow her to even think of being with someone else. So it's the intentions. So you start thinking about what were this guy's intentions from the beginning. Yeah. Was he intending to be my friend? Was he intending to just come and fuck my life up? Yeah. You know what I mean? So obviously I believe it lied with him because one, obviously I was more open to him. Obviously there are things that he saw that
he knew that she didn't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just it's something. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. To think about it, but yeah. To answer your question, I think it's the guy.
For me, I've been somewhat similar.
Yeah.
And bro, to be honest, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I
You see,
realized
let
one
me tell you
thing.
something, Tupac. You see, if really, I honestly believe women are much stronger than men. And
No,
if
no,
a
no, they
woman-
are. Women are much
100%.
stronger than men.
Shout out to women, by the way.
Yeah.
But let me not lie to you. If a woman ever like was to cheat on you or to do you dirty, you would never find out if she doesn't want you to.
Of course, bro.
Bro, how insane is that?
Bro, of course.
How insane is it to think about that?
Of
So you
course.
just have to keep your head up and just hope, like, I'm doing things right. Let me just hope that it's doing the same thing.
Bro, of
And
course.
that's where karma comes in.
But of course, like, bro, women, bro, and that's why
Even
they say
sometimes me, I
that's why
even
they
feel
say
like
after
I even feel
God,
like women can even defeat karma.
bro,
They're powerful enough
bro.
to do it.
Let me tell you, that's why they say after God, fear women,
Yeah.
bro. Women, bro. I'm telling you, I think a woman can even take on a lion. Those women are dangerous, bro.
Women are, but they like, you see, the topic today is depression, right?
Yeah,
Bare men have killed themselves
because of women.
because of women.
Yeah,
Jumping off a roof, hanging themselves just because of a babe. And like, you see, I really feel like it comes a lot to knowing yourself, like
self-awareness.
self-awareness.
Yeah,
And also a lot of loving yourself as well. If you're self-aware, if you figure out what your potential is, if you understand who you are as a person, it will really help you in defeating depression, I believe.
yeah,
And that's like a journey that I started to take. I've chewed a couple of L's that has brought me down. I've gotten a couple of W's that has made me feel better. But I shit you not, there's a time in my life where I made hella peace.
yeah.
And I had broken up with the girl I was seeing at the time, and it felt like nothing. Like I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I wasn't like smiling. I was just blowing my money in the club, drinking, doing things that I thought,
Bro, I'm telling you, it's like everything you're saying resonates with me.
You know what I mean?
Because I'm telling you, also for me, like during that time, I got a good like internship.
Yeah.
Was making LLPs,
So, like-
I bought myself even a new phone.
Yeah.
But it didn't bring happiness, bro.
Nothing.
In fact, I even feel like it brought more sadness. Because
You know what I mean?
now I bought a new phone and I could watch snaps. Before I had a kabambi. So
Bro, let me tell you. You know what's really sad is like for example, when you break up with that shorty, right?
Yeah.
And then you tell yourself, you know what? Me, I'ma do me.
Yeah.
I'ma secure the bag.
Yeah.
I'ma get this job. I'ma get this money.
Yeah.
I'ma be happy.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You get this stuff because you work hard. Because you're not really, your energy is just on you,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But in the back of your head, you had plans. Like you were like, oh, when I get this money, I was gonna take the shorty out. For a Kadogo holiday.
Or you had written a list of restaurants that you had to attend.
You have a list of restaurants there saved on Instagram. You know what I mean? Ready to take the shorty.
You've
here.
got that thing. Basil and what? Basil and
Westland Barrel. Westland Barrel.
Shout out Basil.
She's you're just seeing those food reviews and you're like, woo, I can't wait to take shorty here.
Can't.
Then the time comes, the money comes. Bro, she's gone.
She's gone.
And you're just there. And you can't, the funny thing, even if you find another babe and you take her there,
It doesn't feel the
the
same.
experience is not the same.
It's true.
It's not.
It's true.
And that shit is depressing.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
So how do you change that?
Bro, and the thing is, that's why I wanted to ask you, yeah? Like, I think like, in a time like that, the best thing is to first heal from it.
Yes.
But you see, for us guys, we don't heal from it, we run from it.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
And
Very true.
for real, like, even the other day I was talking to one of my boys and I was like, hey, bro, the other day I sat down and I feel like there's a lot of shit I've been running away from instead of actually sitting down and dealing with it, And it's the same thing I saw with one of my other boys, and I even stopped chilling with him because he was getting aggressively drunk. He wanted to fight with me. And like you said, running away, And the thing is, the other day I sat down and actually called him and I said, I'm sorry I pushed you away when this was your cry for help.
Yeah.
But because I was also in the trap, also having my weird cry for help, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But now I can
You're
see
blinded.
it and I'm sorry, And he actually called me and we had a phone call the other day and we actually both cried on the phone for long, you know.
That's deep. And also, people shouldn't be afraid to cry. Cry, guys. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. It's okay to cry. It's a man. You're a man.
Yes.
Men cry. You know what I mean? And to be honest, like, you know, with that, people are so blinded by their own like sadness, their own depression and stuff like that, that they really can't see that there are other people in pain.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the best thing to do before you see, even in a plane, yeah, when your mask falls,
Yeah.
they tell you, handle yourself first, then help others. So before you can go and say, let me help other people,
Yeah.
you have to first deal with your own stuff, right? Don't carry your baggage to someone else.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Sit down, and which is the hardest thing, like for me especially, the hardest thing is to sit down in my house and just think about what it is that has happened. Because it's sad. You know, you start thinking about it.
Start overthinking, man.
You start overthinking.
Badly.
Mind goes crazy.
Sanigawas, I know.
Sanigawas, bro.
Those songs, they slap different though. What? Those
Listen to
songs.
all those R&B things, that's to G,
Wow.
Drake,
Yo.
Marvin's Room and all those other ones, you know, they really hit deep, bro.
Let me tell you, man. Like me, I'm telling you, when now like what I was telling you happened. Hey, Mel, I used to be too sad for days. I used to, even in the car when I'm going somewhere, I'm bumping those songs.
Yeah.
I can see my driver is about to chuck tears. It's like, hey, yo, what? He's like, hey, boss, what are you listening to?
Bro, even like me, like there's a time we're coming from the gym, right, in the morning.
Yeah.
And then my boy is like, yo, I know always has bangers. No, I play music.
Yeah.
So this is like fresh off my breakup. And then I'm just like, okay, safe. So I played the first song, banger. The second song, this guys just start looking at themselves. And then the third song, they said, like in Noah, when you're hurting. I'm like, yeah, nigga.
Bro.
You know, it's just heal, man. Like go through that stuff.
But now
Like,
me,
feel that pain.
those
feel
days,
all of it.
Those days, Kina Sheni used to refuse to give me ox, bro. They're like, yo, work on with Paco, man. We've had enough little Uzi Heartbreaks songs. Yo, that time I was there at the top of my voice,
But
word
you see,
to word.
You just have to deal with it, bro. And it's it's okay. It's not. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
it's true.
There's really nothing wrong with it. So, like, what I was saying was, it's for you to, before you help someone, you always have to deal with your stuff first, because you can't be there for someone when you're not there for yourself.
It's true.
You know,
And I think
It's hard.
that happens with everything. Like love, you know, you can't love someone if you don't love yourself. You know,
You can't, like, for example, like how we said, you can't just go and move on to, like, yes, you've gotten the peas and everything, then you want to take the shorty out on a date.
yeah,
That's not gonna help.
Yeah.
You know, many people have been saying, oh, the only way to get over somebody is to get under
a new body.
a new body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as much as that would make sense for some people, it would make sense for, because there's deeper connections that people have with other halves.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's you have to allow it. You have to accept it and then be able to move on.
Bro, it's so like, and you get like, I get what you're saying, the thing about like even deeper connections and everything.
Yeah.
Because even for me, when was it, like 2 days ago, my dad came to pick me from the office, yeah, and the guy's like, hey, by the way, what happened to this girl? I'm like, hey, to be honest, I haven't talked to her in a minute. I don't know how she's doing.
Well, your parents
but
ask you those things.
yeah. But you know, like for me personally, like when like I'm invested in someone, like you know, I'm gonna bring them around the family.
Yeah,
you know, I'm gonna bring you for my mom's birthday. You know, my parents' anniversary, my bros. You know, like. You know, like
You-
now that I'm a better person, you know, now that I've learned from from back then. But even back then, when I was still, you know, and even my dad sometimes would be like, "Yo, aren't you dating this girl? So why is this girl coming?"
Yeah, you know, your parents even start.
They
looking at
know,
you funny.
they know.
They're
Yeah,
aware.
they know.
Bro,
Yeah,
let me
they're
tell you
aware.
something. As much as people think that their parents don't know stuff, bro, they know much more than you think.
Yeah, it's true. They just don't talk about
They
it.
just don't.
Yeah.
They want you to come and approach them about it.
But sometimes, you know, they also don't admit it, so they can lie to themselves about it. You know,
True.
Because like sometimes, I'm sure our parents know that happened, but then they'll be like, no, it's better. I always deny to myself. You know,
Like even
deny
low-
till you die.
Even Loki yesterday, my mom was like, "So this is your lighter?" I'm like, "What do you mean my lighter?" Say, "I know you smoke cigarettes." I'm like,
What? Me? Where? How?
"When have you ever seen me? When? Where? Show me the day." And low-key, she does though. I can't deny it. But obviously, I'm just going to say like, no, of course not.
You have to refuse.
You know, deny till you die.
Deny till I die.
Yeah,
deny till
but
you die.
they know. And you see, like how you said, you know, bringing them around the family, I feel like it makes things more comfortable for you.
Yeah.
But now when it comes to the time of leaving,
Wachana.
Oh,
pressure.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, because they've seen extended family.
It's
even worse, huh?
It's gonna be tough. But you see, at the end of the day, if you really felt like it was necessary, go with your gut.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
You always have to follow your gut, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that you should be listening. That thing screams so loud and it knows what it's saying. There are times, bro, I'm telling you, I've been in positions where my gut has told me, don't go in there. Don't.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I went inside and everything just went to the shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Then I realized, like, even for me, like, I've always realized there's like another, like, I don't know how to call it, but there's like your inner voice.
Inner voice, yes.
Yeah. Like, it's like it sees ahead of you, you know? Yeah. And it tells you sometimes do this or don't do this. Yeah. But, you know, sometimes you don't listen and you learn, or sometimes you listen and you win, you know? It's like even when you go cuss and they tell you, oh, definitely
casino.
put it on red. Put it on red.
Can I tell you something funny enough? Casino, me, I only go there if I'm faded. I will only gamble if I'm drunk. Because, bro, my heart will start racing. I'll start overthinking. I'll be like, okay, no. It landed on 21 before. Let me think now. Nah. That thing is all luck, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing calculated about it.
Bro.
You just go with your
gut.
flipping gut, bro.
Yeah.
You just go and place those things. And that's how you should do it life, bro.
Bro, now for me, there's a time I'd lost all my peas, huh? And then now, the Sharia scene at that time, she's like, yo, here's a G, do you? But just know if you lose it, we'll go home. But it's a win-win for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, it's easy. I don't mind going home. So, okay, but tell me what? Bro, like, she chose a number.
Landed.
Bro, like, I'm telling you, I went that day. Nilianguka.
But you know, there's something crazy about the casino. It's that beginner's luck, bro. Someone who's never been there.
Yeah.
Bro, they go there and boom.
Badly.
For me, even if you have not gone to casino, holla at me. Maybe we can go together. Yeah, that shit's crazy though.
Yo, I wanted to ask you, man. Yeah. Do you personally think there's a relationship between social media and depression?
110%.
Yeah. So why do you think so?
Because, you know, like I said, you see, even when I told you in the beginning, I said when I was sad and shit, I would open Snapchat, look for the next plan and go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, it's one, you need to heal. So you need that break.
Yeah.
So when you start watching social media and you're going through that whole hurting and the whole depressing thing, you don't necessarily take the time, because FOMO is a real thing. It's a disease. 110%.
Why even me?
People suffer from FOMO.
May suffer from
FOMO is insane.
Badly.
It's insane. And the thing is, like I said, FOMO, it will take you there and it will prolong your process of healing.
Yeah.
Because you're not dealing with it.
You're postponing it.
You're postponing it and you're just numbing yourself.
Instead of doing it now, you're postponing it.
You're just numbing yourself.
And you keep postponing it.
Another thing is comparison.
Yeah.
People will start looking at, let's say, for example, people who are happy, people who have made tunes, you know, they're posting on their Snapchat.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done this. Oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, you're in your house, sad.
Yeah.
You start asking yourself,
what am I doing with life?
Honestly, God, like, why can't you give me this?
Yeah.
What have I done not to deserve this stuff? Yet, everyone is in their own journey.
Yeah.
Your time will come. Their time will also come. Maybe it has come.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you start comparing yourself, you start asking yourself, like, oh my God, what's this, what's that? And to be honest, like, for some time now, I've been meaning up to, like, just go on a social media break.
But even me, no cap, I want to do a social media break, but I keep on lying to myself.
Exactly.
Oh, I have to share my podcast. Yeah. If I go on a social media break, who will share my podcast for me?
Even me, it's
if I go on a social media break, who will advertise my products for me? So I have to be on social media. But the truth is, I genuinely need one.
Yeah.
Like, no cap, I genuinely need one.
You know, even me, like, say I told you, like
I'm even looking for a PA.
Most of my phones and stuff like that are sold online.
Yeah.
So most of the people hit me up on Instagram, like, oh, I'm looking for a phone, stuff like that. You know, it's an advertising platform.
Yeah.
But of late, I haven't really been getting orders on Instagram. Nobody really has been hitting me up on Instagram asking me about electronics or Snapchat or stuff like that. Most of the people hit me up on WhatsApp.
Yes.
I feel like I've already established myself, so people know. And, even with that in mind, I should be able to just say, okay, now is the best time to go on social media. But I can't.
Yeah.
There's something there you're looking for.
There's a sickness. It's a sickness.
There's an addictive, there's like something addictive about it.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe if you can, the people who I know can do those things, like those social media breaks.
Yeah.
They're very like self-reliant. They don't need to see other people's things. They don't need to compare themselves to other people. They're okay with what they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now you start to think like, what? Kwani, I'm not happy with what I have. Kwani, it's like I don't have enough.
But and the thing is, for me, I've also learned about social media. The biggest problem with social media is comparison.
Yeah, 100%.
The biggest problem with social media 100%. Is comparison. We keep on comparing, and once you check that thing of comparison, like you said, we sit there today and you're like, okay, so God, like I've done almost everything I believe right in life. So why don't I have this? But we forget that someone else could be on page 1,000 and you're just on page 1.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think once people can learn to make, that conscious choice or, decision that you have to be happy where you are before you can be happy anywhere else.
You have to be
and like, like for me, even, heartbreak, then I got the job, I got the phone. And I thought I'd be happy, but in fact, it made me, worse.
Even
you get?
worse, yeah.
So,
in fact, you even start posting more on social media to think that the other person will see you being better.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing ever. Yeah. But you see, also another thing.
But may I block all of them on social media? Block!
You gotta hit them with that block, bro. Don't worry.
I'm not trying to see what you're doing and I'm not trying to
That's the worst.
Yeah,
that's the worst. When you go and look for what they're doing, then you're seeing them, they're happier than you. Hey, Buddha.
Hey.
It hits hard.
Me, let me tell you,
It hits hard.
Me, I'll be honest with you, Me even go to a point. I've even blocked the friends. Because I don't want
now you know what,
bro.
Block
because
all of them.
I blocked you, I can't see what you're doing, but I'll see you on your friend's snap. Worse. Because that is even worse. Because you seem so happy.
Shameless. It's shameless. It's not that they're trying to make you feel bad. It's the legit happiness. She's there living her best life. And you're there in your house crying.
Yeah, he's smoking some fuck.
For real.
Yeah, no.
And like what I was gonna say something. It's not even the thing of what was I gonna say? This whole thing about comparison. It's it's other than comparing yourself, you see, like even I've remembered. You see, when you're in a party,
you
say like by the Airbnb, you start using your phone. Many people don't usually use social media when they're out, because it's late. You're socializing with people, you're there mingling and everything. Now there'll be one guy who maybe is not having fun, so you go on social media. Then he starts seeing other people's parties. So he starts comparing where he's at and where the social media looks. But you see, one thing I noticed, there was a party I went to, right? And let me not lie to you, it was dead. Dead as well. But when someone removes the camera like this, right? To take a snap, everybody's lit. Everybody's holding a bottle, everyone's singing, everyone's dancing to the song. But once it goes down, everybody's just keeping quiet and sitting on the couch.
But then let me also ask you
something. What the hell is that?
Let me also ask you something, You've been to parties before where it's so lit, you have no snap. You even asked,
that's when you know it's the latest thing ever.
Exactly. Bro, me this weekend from Naivasha, I barely have any snaps.
I think I have like 4 or 5.
Yeah, barely. Even my dad was asking me, there's no videos from Naivasha. I looked at the phone.
That's when you know you're genuinely having a good
You actually are. And
you don't care about what other people are
and that's
doing.
what I realized. Like,
You're
even for me personally, when I'm snapping a lot, it's me trying to show the world I'm having a good time. But when I don't snap, it's me genuinely having a good time. And
also like when you think about it, it's also like even for example, like when I went to where did I go? I went to Rwanda, right?
Yeah.
Very nice time.
Hey.
Shout out Kigali. And I found myself not really taking that many snaps.
Yeah.
You know, I'd only take snaps like to remember, like, okay, I was here.
Oh, yeah,
you
this
know,
place.
just keep it fresh in the memory.
Yeah.
But when you're there, you really you don't want to get lost into making other people think that you're out here living, you know, your best life, you know, living lavish, all that stuff. No. You have to savor the moment, like enjoy the moment that you're at right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like social media takes a lot, like takes away, like that a lot, like it takes away from people.
Yeah.
Like it takes that moment away.
It takes the moment
'Cause,
away.
you know, you're somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, let me snap it first. Instead of like seeing the view and like enjoying it, taking it all in, you want to snap it first so that other people
can see it, you know.
And it's wrong, bro.
Yeah.
You really lose that whole you lose that whole aspect of you've traveled somewhere, you're here to enjoy it, like you're here to savor the moment. But instead you wanna snap and show people. So it's basically like a competition.
Yeah.
Do you see? Like I want to show you I'm living better than you.
And you want to show, yeah.
And then you want to show me also, I'm also here stunting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of like actually just enjoying it.
Yeah.
I used to think I was thinking about this the other day and I was thinking like, what was my life before Snapchat and Instagram? It was only Facebook.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
And you know, Facebook, you know, and that's, let me tell you something. The saddest thing about Snapchat and Instagram, I go on my phone right now, I said, Ale quiz over here, let me call the guy, go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But with Facebook, there's none of that. Yeah, you'd be chatting, nini.
That's it.
But there's nothing. But
Facebook,
the thing
you're
with
just-
Snapchat, it's even telling you, that girl's at cafe 45 minutes ago.
Right.
He's probably still there. Let me call him.
Let me call you.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, in those days, it was more like you plan something, you go with the flow, whatever happens after that happens. You know, you're having a genuine good time. You don't care what other people are doing. You don't care what you're like, who is where or who is who. It's just you and your boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you see, it's the fact that now you open Snapchat, you start thinking, hey, okay, where's this guy? Are they having more fun than me?
Yeah.
You know, so people ask themselves that stupid question instead of just savoring the moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, social media, I think people need to take breaks from it sometimes. Like if you're going for a trip,
Yeah.
just go for the trip. Don't go there with the intention of blowing up your snap or taking pictures just to post on your feed.
Yeah.
Nah, just like if something's really worth posting,
Oh my
it
God.
will make sense to you.
Yeah. As you continue talking, I want to look for something. I want to also ask you another question, yeah? Why do you think, like, I was even looking like at suicide rates and everything. Why do you think it's us men suffering more than the ladies or the women?
Well, first of all, like I said in the beginning, women are much stronger than men, 110%. But also at the same time, the pressures that men have are also quite insane. You know? Not to say that women don't have pressures in life as well, but I honestly think that, I wouldn't say men are weak, but men succumb to pressure much easier than women do. Because if you think about the things that a woman has to go through, she has to go through periods, she has to give birth, she has to take care of kids, she has to do so much. There are so many responsibilities that she's accountable for. And she still has to keep strong, you know. But, you know, even what perplexes me the most is, like, for example, like periods and how women still have to pay for sanitary pads. And like the other day, I went to buy pads for like my sister and stuff like that. And those things are not cheap, bro, at all. And like I was seeing somewhere like in, what's this country? There's a country that they give them for free to people. And that's actually quite a smart initiative for everyone to do. But honestly, I think men kill themselves more because it's easier to succumb to the pressure, bro. The pressure is a lot, but men just succumb to the pressure more.
True. I also wanted to ask you, do you think like also one of our problems as men is, you know, we don't get to talk about it. You know, like if you look at it, when a lady goes through a heartbreak, how she's called her best friends like this, they put like a movie, they've chopped a tissue paper crying like this.
And they've let all that
They've let
shit
it all
out,
go, you
all of
know.
it.
Yeah.
But you'll never see a man doing that.
You know. And
like a man, you say, yeah, we're going to go have a drink. You drink, you talk 2-3 problems. You tell your guy, yeah, I'm depressed, man. This short is man. She's making me lose my mind. Then your guy will just tell you, yeah, man, fuck that bitch. Go fuck bitches,
bro. I swear to you, that's exactly
you, because you think that's the solution. You say, yeah, man, remove shots, bring those things, bro.
Let's take it tattoo.
You find yourself in Milan.
Nah, but bro, what you said is so accurate. Yeah,
bro.
You talk to the guys like, bro. First of all, before you even talk any further, we'll call the waiter. Shot tatu za tequila. Once you started now like this, there's nothing you're talking.
Like I would like to. I've cried in front of some of my boys, and it's just. It's not the same. Even they don't even know what to do with you.
Yeah, it's true.
They're just there, they're holding, rubbing your shoulder.
It's easy, bro. It's easy, bro.
Man. Don't worry. You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine.
No. Even me, I've cried in front of some of my boys, you know?
Yeah,
and like, I've also seen some of my boys cry in front of me. And for someone who's cried in front of their boys, you'd expect I know how to react. But you just don't know. You
really don't.
Like, as men, I don't think we're built like that,
I don't know if it's not like we're built like that. I feel like society has made us feel
like that.
Like
yeah,
that.
true. Probably like society.
We've been accustomed to feel like, oh yeah, men should be hard, should be able to deal with things immediately,
Yeah.
But the truth is, it takes time,
Yeah.
It takes time. You check up on your boy, even if he cried last night, you call him the next day. And you know what's really crazy is, you call him the next day, right? And then he'll act like nothing has happened. You know what I mean? He'll pretend like, yeah, I'm easy.
I'm easy. No, don't worry. It was just one bad moment.
It was that booze, man. I was just faded, man.
Yeah, that tequila gonga me.
But we just have to find ways to be able to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Be more open,
Yeah.
And, fight the good fight together, bro. If that's what you're going through, you should be able to speak about it, be able to open about it, and give good advice, guys. Like, come on,
bro. Like, now the thing that you're saying about like social media, yeah. Like, I saw like there's this song by Drake, Emotionless, yeah, where it says, "I know a girl whose one goal was to visit Rome. Then she finally got to Rome, and all she did was post pictures of people at home, because all that mattered was impressing everybody she's known." You see now what you're saying. And then he also says the one for
facts.
The one for, I know a girl happily married till she puts down her phone. I know a girl that saves pictures from places she's flown just to post them later and make it look like she's still on the go. So you see, like, and I also think social media sometimes is so fake, bro. It's so fake.
Too fake. In fact, when adverts started coming into social media, that's when it even became faker.
But no, let me tell you, Kwanzaa, me, if there's something that amazes me is there are guys who are constantly posting these couple pics on social media. Hey, they have a problem. Even, you've seen this Nairobi of ours, huh? But that,
bro, in fact, that line is quite heavy. The one that she said, she's happily married until she
puts down her phone.
Wow.
That's beef, huh?
That one.
It hit home, huh?
It hit home.
Yeah. No, Drake is beef.
You know what's really crazy, right? There's a time where I had this discussion with someone, and this person felt like the what do you call it? The boyfriend did not post them enough.
Yeah.
My friend's girlfriend felt like she was hidden.
Yeah.
By the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend for a very long time didn't understand why the shorty felt like
that, yeah.
And she, it ended up being a big problem because the boyfriend would deny her feelings.
Yeah.
He would constantly say, this shorty is mad. I take her everywhere I am with.
Yeah.
I go. How can she feel like I hide her from society?
Yeah.
But the truth is, the way it perceived, the way it looked, right, to other people, is not necessarily how the guy thought it was.
True.
The shorty definitely had a point. Not being posted, not being shown off to the world, kind of made it seem like the guy is not proud to be with her.
Okay, I get what you're coming from. Yeah.
And the guy feels like, okay, I don't want to put my business out there, because once you put your business out there, that's when the demons come in. That's when the haters come.
It's true.
That's when the rumors start.
Yeah.
Because people hate to see other people happy sometimes. And once they see that,
It's so true.
they find ways to ruin that. So in a way, the guy thought he was protecting the babe, but on the other hand, he was actually just messing with her insecurities, messing with her, like making her feel like the guy's not proud of her.
Yeah.
And you see, that's when you have to find a balance between the two, bro.
And for me now, what I'll say is like it all leads down to communication.
Yeah, it does. Because in truth is the guy,
they both have points.
The boyfriend really loved the babe. 100%.
But for me, when I look at it, they both have genuine points.
Genuine points.
They both
100%.
have genuine points, and that's why I say it's about understanding a person.
Yes.
And you see, the thing is, and I actually listened to this on a podcast, is the problem with relationships in our time is we fail to understand our partner's love language.
Yeah.
You expect your partner, you already, without even knowing how to love someone, you expect them to love. And no one ever talks about that. You see, yeah? For you, love might mean buying gifts, going out, yeah? For me, love might mean just, chilling in the house, watching a movie, like, or going on a walk, or doing something like that, quality time. But we fail to talk to people about that. And, I think that's why relationships go south.
Exactly. People don't understand how the other person wants to be loved because they've never taken the time to ask, communicate. They just assume.
Yeah.
And assumptions are like the biggest things, are like the biggest mistakes people can make. Because you can assume that this person is, okay, we're in love, but in the back of her head, bro, she's losing it.
And the craziest thing I saw, a study was done on people's love languages, yeah? A lot of people's love languages reflect on how their parents loved them. And I was like, that's so crazy,
That's a fucking fact.
It's not, it's okay, bro. Don't worry. It's crazy. So I read that people's love languages reflect on how their parents loved them. So you see, even us, sometimes we don't understand our love languages as a person.
Yeah.
So the best way sometimes to understand that is to actually go back or talk to your parents on how you feel they loved you.
Reflect.
And then now it comes.
See, like, look at the moments when you were a child and look at when you really felt like, oh my days, my parents really loved me. Is it when they used to buy you gifts?
Yeah.
Or is it when they used to take you to, like, Karura, for example, and you guys used to chill? It's different. And that's very crazy. That's crazy that you said that. That's actually blown my mind. Because when I think about it now, most of the reasons most of the way I feel like I love reflects a lot on how I was loved as a child.
Bro, even me. No cap, yeah?
100%.
For me, I think, my biggest, like love language is family, and that's why, like, even if you're with a girl for like 2 weeks, I've brought her to the crib, or she's met my pop, she's met my moms, and I realize it's been like that since we were kids. My parents have always been so welcoming, opening. They've always made our friends, like, so many people say, yo, hi mom, to my mom.
See, remember the Corona days were at your yard?
Yeah. Yo, I know.
Trap life.
Yeah, so, I actually came to, once I had that thing and I looked back at it, I had I totally understood it,
That's interesting because, like, people just have to, like I said, communicating, like you said, communicating, understanding each other's love language. It's important to do that for a relationship. Otherwise, you'll just be sitting down with each other thinking that everything's okay, and it truly isn't.
Yeah. Anyways, we've talked for a while, so as we come to the end of this, I'd like to ask you 2 questions. I ask this to all of my guests. So, what's advice you'd give a younger you?
Wow, damn, a young Noah. First of all, buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, 100%. And then second, what would I tell my younger self? I would tell myself not to give up.
Not to give up.
And just be, I feel like I would tell myself to be more in touch with who I am as a person. Like, don't succumb to the pressures of wanting
society,
to be everywhere, wanting to please everyone. Like, I would tell myself, one thing that I've noticed about myself is that I always used to have the urge to make all my friends happy, putting other people's happiness before myself. And one thing I would tell myself, my younger self, is do things for yourself,
not for anyone else.
not for anyone else. Do things that make you happy.
Yeah.
You know, I used to always think that when I make other people happy, I'll be happy, but no,
It doesn't work like
it doesn't
that.
work. It's a temporary happiness, and it kind of like pushes you away from your goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing for sure I would tell myself. The second thing for sure is like love yourself more. Like focus on you and believe that you have the potential to do great. You don't need other people.
True.
Like do the things you believe in and follow the path that you really want to do. Like focus on you.
And the next question is, what would you tell an older you?
An older me.
Or what are you telling future Noah right now in your head, you know?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I know I'm gonna make it.
That's a
I'm
good
just
one.
gonna be like, you know,
That's a good one.
it's been tough, but
Yeah.
we've made it.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Shout out future Noah.
Yeah.
Shout out future Noah.
Definitely wanting to have him on another episode of the
I'm
podcast, you know?
definitely, bro.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. I thought
Bro, I really
I
enjoyed
was
this.
nervous. I wouldn't even lie to you.
I really enjoyed this as well.
You know,
You
when
know,
you start talking, it just flows.
it flows, bro. I told you. It was
Especially when it's like,
genuine.
yeah.
Yeah. I also really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
so much for having
You know, man, I really appreciate it. For everyone who has tuned in, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you taking your time. This is definitely one of my best episodes so far. I know there's a few things that you can all learn from.
Fun times.
And see you next week.
And don't forget, guys.
Yeah. Remember,
Mango butter.
it's brought to you by The Healthy Hub.
The Healthy Hub.
Thank you.